Peter Cartello, Chief Market Economist at Spartan Capital Securities, joins us from New York now to share some insights. Let's begin by asking you, sir, what happens to the colossal investments that big corporates have been making in AI models and data centers, especially given this context of Deepseek coming in?
Yeah, obviously, Deepseek, a Chinese startup company, is sending some shockwaves to Wall Street this morning. And obviously, after a strong run-up in the artificial intelligence sector, we're seeing some of that enthusiasm wane. And, this does happen from time to time, but I think one must realize that when there is competitiveness in the market, that's not necessarily a negative factor. But unfortunately, what the strong rise that we've had, this is giving investors a chance perhaps to taking profits, and also looking at other sectors of the market. And it's a week where we have a lot of news to come out. We have big name tech stocks reporting this week. We have the Federal Reserve meeting, which begins tomorrow, and a decision on Wednesday, which will likely be that of another pause for the Fed. And then on Friday, we have inflation, the PCE price index. So there's a lot of things that investors are going to be faced with this week. And I think we're starting off the week, obviously, on a negative note. But if you look at the Dow, it's down fractionally as we speak. And the S&P is down as well, but not as much as the NASDAQ. So I think it's a sell-off that's probably going to be confined to NASDAQ.
Right. So, Peter, as you very well mentioned, a couple of factors that are triggering the sell-off in the markets at the moment. But let's talk about what's happening in the AI space particularly. While this looks like a challenge to Western AI companies, some experts also argue that they still have the advantage of better access to advanced chips. What's your take on this? Do you think Deepseek has the potential to crack the GPU game anytime soon, like the big players currently in the market have already?
Well, I don't want to go into specifics, but in general terms, I can tell you that technology has been the leader of this market for many years now, and of course, it's always in an evolution stage where new products come out, and so I don't think that will reverse anytime soon. Again, I think what's happening today is just a little bit of panic selling. People may be reconsidering the high levels and certainly high valuations. And so I think it's just a temporary blip that is happening in technology for now.
Okay. So, right, Peter, you mentioned that, this panic selling is limited to NASDAQ, and perhaps it's also temporary. But let's also see how, we have to also take note of how Nvidia, a stock as strong as Nvidia, has fallen and is reacting to a cheaper competitor that has entered the space. While you did say that you don't want to go into the specifics, I'd like to know your view of the AI space. Do you think the financials of this company are going to take a hit, or any kind of impact, whether it is temporarily or from a long-term perspective? What kind of an impact do you see on the financials of the companies in this particular space?
Again, I don't want to go into specifics because I really can't, but I can tell you this, that in any evolving sector, whether it be technology, whether it be pharmaceutical, whether it be industrials, et cetera, there are always challenges. And of course, at the very end, the companies that will survive, and will survive big. And we saw that back in the early 2000s, when the dot-com basically fell apart, and we had many companies go out of business, and a handful survived, which are thriving today. So I kind of suspect that that's probably going to happen within the artificial intelligence sector as well.
Well, thank you so much for giving us your time, Peter. We really appreciate your answers and giving us your views on what's happening currently in the AI space. Thank you for joining NDTV Profit.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.